Here are a few clips of Trump saying just the worst stuff.
But Mr. Trump, you're not a nice person.
We don't need nice.
That's true. But actually, I am. I think I am a nice person.
Rosie O'Donnell's disgusting. I mean, both inside and out. You take a look at her, she's a slob. She talks like a truck driver. We're all a little chubby, but Rosie's just worse than most of us. But it's not the chubbiness. Rosie is a very unattractive person, both inside and out. If I were running The View, I'd fire Rosie. I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. I'd say, Rosie, you're fired. I mean, I'm actually a nice person.
How would intentionally killing innocent civilians set us apart from ISIS?
Mr. Trump, we have to be much tougher. We have to be much stronger than we've been. We have people that know what's going on. You take a look at just the attack in California the other day. There were numerous people, including the mother, that knew what was going on. They saw pipe bombs sitting all over the floor. They saw ammunition all over the place. They knew exactly what was going on. When you had the World Trade Center go, people were put into planes that were friends, family, girlfriends, and they were put into planes and they were sent back, for the most part, to Saudi Arabia. They knew what was going on. They went home and they wanted to watch their boyfriends on television. I would be very, very firm with families. And frankly, that will make people think, because they may not care much about their lives, but they do care, believe it or not, about their families.
President Obama is the least transparent president in the history of this country. And if he gives his passport applications and records, I will give to a charity of his choice, Inner City Children in Chicago, American Cancer Society, AIDS research, anything he wants, a check immediately for $5 million.
I'm asking you now, do you accept that President Obama was born in the United States, is not Muslim?
I really don't know. I mean,
You don't know.
I don't know. I don't know why he wouldn't release his records.
A few years ago, you led the birther movement. You sent investigators out to Hawaii to find out whether or not Obama, which you said was not born here.
Well,
and it
I don't
turned out
know.
to not be true.
Well,
so why
I don't
should they
know.
believe
According to
here?
you, it's not true. I don't know.
He released his birth certificate.
You know, if you believe that, that's fine. I don't care. It's an old subject. Really disappointing. Not really. But it would depend on what was inside the magazine.
If she posed, it would be fine. But if they put her picture
Yeah, but
on,
it depends on what goes inside the magazine.
Well, see, that's
Inside
her
the
gripe.
magazine.
That's
Right.
this girl's gripe.
And there
People
was nothing.
assume there'll be nude photos.
Right, you do assume that with
Misleading.
Playboy.
okay, she
But if
didn't
there
know
weren't,
that
you
Playboy-
wouldn't have an issue with it then. If they were using her to...
I don't think Ivanka would do that inside the magazine, although she does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know.
Oh, it's so weird.
Nobody would be tougher on ISIS than Donald Trump.
I would take away their wealth. I would take away the oil.
But wouldn't you be destroying the wealth of Iraq?
No, let me. There is no Iraq. There is no Iraq in
But
Iraq.
you don't think bombing Iraqi oil fields, which are now in the control of ISIS,
Yeah.
but bombing Iraqi oil fields is going to anger huge numbers of people
I would
throughout
bomb
Iraq?
the hell out of those oil fields. I wouldn't send many troops because you won't need them by the time I got finished. I'd bomb the hell out of the oil fields. I'd then get Exxon. I'd then get these great oil companies to go in. They would rebuild them so fast your head will spin. I like China. I just sold an apartment for $15 million to somebody from China. I love the Saudis. Many are in this building. I would get along with Putin. I've dealt with Russia. When do we beat Mexico at the border? They're laughing at us.
I also happen to call him a lightweight, okay, and I have said that, so I would like to take that back. He's really not that much of a lightweight. And as far as, and I have to say this, he hit my hands. Nobody has ever hit my hands. I've never heard of this one. Look at those hands. Are they small hands? And he referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem.
He's not a war hero.
He's a war hero.
He's a war hero.
5.5 years in
He's
the
a war
POW
hero because he
camp.
was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you.
Do you
He's a
agree
war
with
hero.
that?
He's a war hero because he was captured, okay?
But yet people like Sage and Stephen A. Damn Smith want to tell everybody to tone down the rhetoric. I say, y'all tone down the rhetoric. I say, y'all get back to facts. And if you tell the facts of who's running their mouth about destroying the country, about killing other people, mass genocide, it's y'all's fucking President Trump. And y'all want to continue to sit there and go on Fox News where you know they have the dumbest audience base on planet Earth, not just in America, on planet Earth, and make it seem like it's the Democrats' fault, Sage, your name should have been Weed, because you are behaving as if you lost some brain cells. Not Sage, Weed, still. So folks, let me know what you think. It just bothers me that you got people like her. First they're black and Stephen A. Smith, and then they're caking up for these white folks, carrying the water for them, when the minute if their asses was to get in some trouble, they throw their asses under the bus, and then they want you to believe that the Democrats is the one causing all this violence when you just seen Trump run his fat lip.